Welcome to our yoga class today. The focus of our chair yoga class will be stretching and balance. And so as we begin, I'd like you to test out your own balance. If you could stand next to your chair and just one foot in front of the other, kind of like heel to toe, standing and seeing what your balance is like. And then changing feet around. So if your left foot was in front last time, this time put your right foot in front. And we'll try that again towards the end of class, just to see if you feel any difference. So you want to have a chair that is comfortable, not too high, not too low. I do like to, with chair yoga, have a block that I can sit on, sit underneath my feet, because I'm not very tall, so my feet don't necessarily reach all the way down to the ground comfortably. So as we begin, thank yourself for making time for this today. Let's just meet our breath with 3 or 4 deep breaths in through our nose and out through our mouth. And as you breathe in, think about expanding your rib cage, bringing your breath all the way down to your lower belly. Just always remember, as you are practicing, you don't want to push yourself to a point of pain or discomfort. You know yourself, you know your own body, and so you want to listen to your body and go to the point where you feel comfortable. So let's start by reaching our right hand up to the crown of our head. My chin is kind of parallel with the floor. I'm going to tilt my right ear toward my right shoulder, and I just lightly have my fingertips on my head. I'm going to stretch my left hand out, give myself a little bit more of a stretch if you like. And bringing your chin down to your chest. For 2 or 3 breaths. And then switch. So left ear toward the left shoulder, chin parallel to the ground, sitting up straight except for just stretching through the neck. Chin down to your chest. And back to neutral. Let's put our hands on our knees and do a couple of rounds of cat-cow. So cat, breathing in, arching your back, and exhale for cow with a little back bend. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And out in front of us, let's just take our hands clasped together and then palms out. You can keep your arms here. You're getting a stretch through your palms, through your wrists, your arms. And you can bring your arms up, stretching up tall. And releasing down. Let's take our left hand, reaching it up to the sky. Your right hand, reaching down, getting a stretch through your obliques. If it's accessible, look up toward the ceiling or up toward the sky. And back to neutral and on to the other side. If you need to, you can put that hand, instead of dangling it down, you can put that hand, left hand on your chair. And back up to neutral. And one more time with our palms together and then stretching out. You can leave your arms straight out in front of you or reach those arms up to the sky. And for our first twist, I'm going to move more toward the edge of my chair. I'm just going to take my left hand on my right knee, turning toward the back of my chair, making sure that I'm stretching up tall through the crown of my head. And let's go to the other side. Right hand on left knee. Left hand reaching towards the back of my chair. And release. If you have a strap or a belt of any sort, you might want this for your next pose. I'm going to take my right foot, stretching out through my heel, and I'm going to take that strap just to the ball of my foot. And standing up tall or sitting up tall, stretching through that spine, my foot is flexed. I'm going to bring that foot up and out to the side, so opening through my hip. And back to center and down. Switching to the other foot. Again, strap is across the ball of my foot. You can have both hands or one hand on that strap, flexing my ankle, bringing my leg up straight, parallel with my other leg. And out to the side. Back to center and down. Set that strap to the side for now. This next pose, it's like a pigeon pose, but a seated pigeon pose. So we're going to start first. I'm going to take my right ankle and rest it up on top of my left knee, making sure that my right ankle is flexed. My knee is open, so I'm open through my hip here. I'm going to give myself just a few turns of the ankle each way. And then come into pigeon, again, making sure that my right foot is flexed. I'm just going to lean forward, feeling that stretch through the back of my thigh. Coming down as far as is comfortable. Inhaling and raising back up. I'm going to switch feet. So this time, my left ankle to my right knee. Rotate my ankle counterclockwise and then clockwise. Making sure that my left ankle is flexed. My knee is open. And coming down into pigeon and just relaxing down, feeling that stretch through the back of my left leg. 3 breaths here. And raising back up. All right, and one more time with our strap. My left foot is planted either on the floor or on my block. My right foot is flexed, and I'm going to come up again, out to the side, back to center, and down. Try that without your strap. Up, out, center, and down. And one more time. Up, out, center, and down. Now let's switch to the other foot. I'm going to put my strap across the ball of my foot, bringing that up tall, out to the side, center, and down. I'm going to release my strap for an up, out, center, and down, and up, out, center, and down. I'm going to move my block over to the side with my strap so they're both out of my way. I'm more towards the edge of my chair now. And I'm going to take my right foot out to the side, my left foot out to the side, and my right foot is open. My left foot is parallel, facing straight ahead, and my right foot toes are facing out to the side. My hips at this point are pretty much facing forward, so I'm looking at a warrior 2. And with this, I'm going to do a reverse warrior. So my left hand is going to come down. I'm just gently resting that just below my knee, and my right arm up and over to get a stretch through the obliques. Bringing that back to neutral again for a warrior 2. And this time I'm going to be leaning forward. So I'm going to take my right elbow to my right knee and my left arm up and over, trying to get a straight line from my left foot all the way up diagonally to my left fingertips. And sweeping around and back up to warrior 2. Let's do that on the other side. I'm coming together, my right foot out to the side, toes are facing forward, and on the left, I'm going to take a look, and my knee is open, so I'm getting a hip opener, but my hips kind of facing forward. It's a little bit different when you're in a chair than when you're up straight, but you still have the ability to do a warrior 2. My arms are parallel. Taking a look and watching over my left fingertips. And I'm going to do a reverse warrior. My right hand to my right leg, just below the knee, and just resting there, not really pushing. Left arm up and over and getting that stretch through my obliques. Back up to center. Warrior two. And then this time down. My left knee and elbow are meeting. And this time my right arm is coming up and over, getting a straight diagonal from my fingertips on my right hand down to my toes. And sweeping down and around, back up to warrior two. And back to center. Now, it's up to you whether you want that block in front of you, don't want the block. But I'm going to come up, I'm going to see my right foot. I'm going to start with my right foot, and I'm either going to bring my foot all the way up to the chair, or I can just bring it up to the block, bring it up to the floor, maybe even rest it on the bar that's at the front of my chair. But my goal is to bring my foot all the way up, round through my back, and give myself a nice hug, stretching everything back out, finding my breath. And let's do that on the other side. Left foot comes up. Might come up further. You might have more difficulty with the left one. That's not all created equal. Usually we're not exactly symmetrical. And again, rounding through my back, over my knee, and finding my breath. And release. Okay, for this next one, we're going to see, I'm going to try to come into eagle pose, a seated eagle pose with both my arms and my legs. So first I'm going to take my right foot, cross it over my left. If I can, I'm going to hook my right toes to the back of my left calf, kind of twisted there. If you can't twist it that far, that's fine. You can just cross it. You could even have it up, or just cross at a lower level. Just cross your ankles. With my arms, I'm going to start out in a cactus pose. And at this point, my right arm is going to come underneath my left. Bringing those together. If you can reach the backs of your hands together, great. If you can reach all the way so that your palms are facing each other, however far you can go. If you can't come that far, you might just try to put your hands on your shoulders. Okay, wherever you are, think about sitting up tall, reaching that crown of your head up to the sky. My elbows are up, shoulders forward, hands are pointed up straight. You can tuck your chin and feel that stretch through the upper back, through those shoulder blades. 2 more breaths. And gently release your hands, your toes, opening back up and coming down to neutral. Easy pose. And let's switch to the other side. So this time, my right leg is going to come over, my left leg is going to come over my right. I'm going to tuck my toes behind my left calf. And this time, as my arms come together, my left arm will go underneath. So as I'm twisting, you might go this far. You might have the backs of your hands together or your palms. As you're thinking about this stretch, find your breath. Don't be holding your breath. Your shoulders are coming forward as you're sitting up tall. Elbows can raise up. Hands move away from your face. Tuck your chin. And let's get 3 good breaths here. Slowly and gently unclasp your hands, your toes, opening your arms back into cactus, feet down to the floor, and into a neutral position. With or without your block, I'm going to not use my block for this one actually. My feet, my knees are both out straight in front of me. Legs are parallel. I'm going to take my left elbow down to my right thigh. And I'm going to take my hands into prayer. As I do this, I'm pushing my palms together, giving myself a little bit more of a twist. If you're comfortable with this, you can come to a standing position. Still pushing those palms together, opening up that chest. 2 more breaths. And if you raised off your chair, reach back, make sure that chair hasn't moved out of position, and come back down to neutral. Of course, we have to explore the other side. So as I twist, right elbow to left knee, palms together, and pushing to increase the twist. Feet can come a little bit further apart to raise yourself up off your chair. More breaths. Reaching back, making sure that chair hasn't moved out of position. And back to neutral. Okay, we're going to stand up and we're going to do some poses, asanas, using our chair for balance. First one we're going to take a look at is just a basic downward dog. So thinking about downward dog, first we want to make sure that our feet are hips width distance apart. Standing up tall, roll your shoulders back and down. Stretching our arms up to the ceiling. When I come into downward dog, I'm going to bring my hands to the back of my chair or to the seat, but I want to concentrate on pivoting from my hip and keeping a straight line from my hips through my fingertips. So in one straight line, come as far as the back of my chair, adjust your feet so you feel balanced. If you're comfortable with that, you can come down a little further. Again, ensuring that from my fingertips to my hips, I'm in one straight position. My arms are engaged, my abs are engaged, shoulders moving away from your ears. Bend your knees. Use your hands and your feet. So you want to push through your heels, push through your hands, back to mountain pose. Shoulders down. And let's do that one more time. Arms up. Inhale. Exhale, pivoting through your hips. Down to the back of your chair or the seat of your chair. Whatever's reachable for you today. Bending through my knees, pushing through my heels and my hands, rolling up and coming back to neutral. All right, so hopefully your chair, if you can push it up against something solid. Let's first take a look at high lunge or low lunge. And with low lunge, I'm going to move my foot to be just underneath my chair. Whoa. My left foot is going to come back and just engaging, letting my hips drop. You want to make sure that your knee is straight above your ankle. You don't want it going forward more than what your ankle is. And then coming up, and let's take a look at high lunge. So with high lunge, again, I don't want my chair sliding, but my right foot is going to come up onto my chair. I'm going to move my left foot back. See if that gives me more of a stretch. Again, my knee is above my ankle. Straightening up, and let's do the other side. So if you want to go as far as a low lunge, my foot is underneath my chair. My right leg is coming back. My right foot is at about a 45-degree angle. And that might be all the further I want to go today. If you feel like you want to push yourself a little further, let's take a look at high lunge. Foot coming up onto the chair, making sure that that chair is anchored. I'm going to bring my right foot back. And in this case, I was using my wall. And again, letting my hips drop, getting a good stretch through my hips. Straightening, coming forward, and down. At this point, let's test our balance. We're partway through, so let's see, has anything changed? I'm going to take my left foot in front of my right and just see how I feel any different with my balance at this point. Let's switch feet. Right foot in front of the left. Usually we have a dominant side. Right foot in front is not mine. Has our balance changed? It is something we can work on and strengthen. And down. Okay, let's talk about our tree pose. So with tree pose, it is a pose that needs balance, but we're gonna go there step by step. First of all, I'm gonna balance on my right foot. So I am going to plant securely my right foot down to the ground and just feeling, I can feel the ball of my foot on the ground. I can feel my heel inside and outside of my foot, almost like there are four corners to my foot and I'm evenly balanced on all parts. If I pick my toes up and spread my toes, and almost like you're feeling one by one, you're planting your toes onto the ground. Now my right foot is grounded. I'm going to take my left foot and just the toes are on the ground. My hip is open, standing up tall, and finding your balance. If you want to hang on to your chair, keep one hand on your chair. Bring your toes a little bit closer. Toes a little bit closer. Rest my heel on my calf. Making sure that my right foot is still grounded. Then I'm going to bring my foot up onto my calf, not onto my knee. I could bring it to my calf or to my thigh. Just going to leave it on my calf for now. If you want to continue to hang on to your chair, hang on to your chair. Find a focus point, one that is grounded and not moving. You can bring your arms out and up and down. A little faster than I wanted. Don't feel very balanced today. Keep on working on it. And let's look at tree pose on the other side. Again, my left foot is grounded. I'm feeling to make sure that all parts of my foot are grounded. Spreading my toes. Right foot is open. Toes are on the ground. Hip is open. Finding a focus spot. You can move your toes in a little closer. Bringing your heel to your calf. If you want to stop there, stop there. If you'd like to try out hanging onto your chair, but bring your foot up to your calf, pressing your foot into that calf. And release. Okay. A few more standing poses. Hope I have enough room here. With our standing poses, I am first just going to take a look at, do this, move this away from here. My toes are facing forward. Both of my legs are straight. I'm in a triangle pose. I need to move away from my chair a little bit further. So for this, I'm going to take my right arm and it's going to come out straight and still be resting on the back of your chair. Oh, and bringing that other arm up tall. Good stretch through your obliques. And if you have enough room, see if you can come into half moon pose. So at this point, my foot is parallel with my chair. And my left foot is coming out tall. Left arm is reaching up to the sky for a chest opener. And let's try that on the other side. So first, we're going to take a look at our triangle. Both legs are straight. Lean over to the left and reaching up overhead. Kind of like when we were seated, trying to get a tall, long diagonal from fingertips to toes. Coming down. And let's give ourselves a little bit more space. Right or left foot is parallel with my chair. And standing up tall. And coming into half moon. Chest is open wide. And down. Whew. All right. Let's come to take a seat. And at this point, find your breath. And let's see if we can do a couple more twists. So this time, I'm going to come down, left elbow on right knee. And then thinking about, okay, can I bring that left hand down to the floor? My feet are hips width distance apart. Pushing with my right hand on my thigh to turn myself a little more. And if it's accessible, reaching up. Maybe looking up to the sky over that shoulder. And bringing your right hand down, back up to neutral. And let's come to the other side. So my right elbow's coming to my left knee. And reach that right hand down to the floor, pushing on my left thigh with my left hand. Opening up that chest by reaching up to the sky. Maybe looking over that shoulder or towards that shoulder. And back down to the floor. And back to seated. Kind of made it my signature to always have a goddess pose or two within my chair yoga classes. So we're going to do a little bit of a series. I'm towards the edge of my chair simply because I want to come out and have the ability to access my feet at about a 45-degree angle. And my arms in goddess pose. And as I bring my hands together above my head, my legs will come together. In, out. This time, keeping my elbows bent. In and out. Up and out. Together and out. Up and out and together and out. One more time. Up and out and together and out. And release and down. Thinking about the age that I am, or maybe you are too, we want to make sure that we can continue to zip up our own dresses. So I'm going to take my right hand up, palm is facing up, and I'm going to reach above my head. I'm going to bend that elbow, see if I can reach down to my back. With my other hand, I'm just going to gently put that on my elbow, giving a little bit of a tug and stretching through this part of my arm. 3 breaths. Shoulders down. Sitting up tall. And release. And of course, we want to do that on the other side. So bringing your hand up. Palm is facing toward the back. Bending at that elbow, touching down on our shoulder. And I'm going to bring my right hand to my left elbow, giving a little bit of a tug further back. Sitting up tall, shoulders down away from the ears. And just notice where on your back you can touch those fingertips. And release. We're going to come into Shavasana, but before we do that, if there are any last stretches that you would like to do, so any last stretches that you would like to do, take time for those now. If there's any twists, back to center, sitting back in your chair, palms up to the sky, shoulders away from your ears. Release the tension, finding a neutral breath, again, just a normal breath. Just noticing if anything has changed in your body with this practice. Waking yourself up by wiggling your fingers and your toes, rolling your wrists and your ankles, sitting up tall. Let's reach up with an inhale and exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale, hands in prayer. Thank you for joining me today, yogis. If you're interested, subscribe to my channel and give me some feedback. I hope to have some future videos for you at your request. Thank you.